Alright. What's up, everybody? This is Tuff Talk Toronto. I'm Denean.
I'm Katrina.
And we're going to talk about what people in the audience were tough about. Or comments that we received, right? So,
yep.
Katrina's going to kind of go into... So, I have some comments that, some guys have said, and I'm not going to say too much of them. And Katrina has some comments from...
Okay, so shout out to Tara Lovable, and she says that she's tough about women that fall for men that mean them no good.
Ooh, so that's what she's tough about.
And she's also, we'll go into it more. She has other stuff that she's tough about, but
some other things.
Yeah.
So what's the question here? So why do
women fall for men that mean them no good?
It could just be, okay, so for me, it depends on really the female too, right? Because the male doesn't have no control over which of us girls fall for them. You get what I'm saying? But the thing is, I think it's preference. Because I don't think every girl is attracted to the bad guy or whatever the case is, right?
But what makes them a bad guy? I mean...
But then that's all about perception. Your perception, my perception could be completely different on what a bad guy is. For me, a bad guy to me is... It could be two things. Bad and just waste man. You know what I'm saying? And those are two different categories, but it's under the bad umbrella, right? Mm-hmm. So you could have the man that's out there doing, like, scamming people. He's out there... is a gunman, all these things, right? That would be equal, looked at as bad from some people's perspective or whatever the case is, right? And then you have the waste man bad aspect of things, which is
that's
like,
what I'm used to, the waste man. Which
is like, my definition of waste man is probably different. No, it's probably not.
No, it's the same thing.
What's your definition of waste man?
Men that waste your time. Okay? They have no future.
Yeah.
They have nothing, no foundation.
Okay.
And I think you know what it is? I'm used to fixing or helping people do better in their lives. Mm-hmm. So they turn out to be waste men, and then they end up having a foundation. And you know what? You're welcome to all those guys out there. You're welcome.
What? So you pretty much built them up?
Yeah. I think it's just naturally who I am. I don't want anybody around me to not have purpose.
Anything.
Yeah.
Purpose, ambition.
Because once you have purpose, why are you in my life?
Yeah.
You don't have no purpose. Why are you in my life right now?
Yeah. But I think everybody in your life has a purpose to be there at that given time.
A waste man has purpose?
Yo, sometimes a waste man's going to teach you what not to look for in another guy that could be potentially for you. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Anyone that you talk to or any interaction that you have with someone is always a lesson. That's what I think. And it's always teaching you something. So if it goes into the whole thing of waste man and guys with no ambition and blah, 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 mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure now, any guy you talk to after you had that relationship with that waste man, you will never talk to any other guy with those characteristics.
Unfortunately, I still talk to them. They still pop up in my life. I don't know how to get rid of them. And you have bare waste men. Or you've had bare waste men. So, unfortunately, I attract them to fix them up. I think that's what it is.
So, can I say something?
You can say whatever you want.
So they say, okay, for example, like, I don't know how true this is, but, like, they say if you have, a bunch of people always looking for, like, attracted to you or whatever the case is, and it could be the same people with the same characteristics or whatever you're saying that you attract. They're saying it could be something with you as well. What do you think about that? Because they're saying there's something about you that attracts this energy, but what can you do to not attract it or to kind of
focus on myself? Focus on myself.
Okay.
If I don't focus on other people, put myself first, I won't have to deal with all the waste men. Okay.
And it goes into you should never search, right?
Right. I think you find you. Yeah, you find the one for you when you don't search.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, that makes sense. And so next question is because
no.
Hold on. No. It stems. It stems. It goes right back.
Because you completely avoided it.
Oh my goodness.
You avoided it. You have waste man. Do you have?
Oh, that's what you're saying.
Yeah. You didn't answer for yourself.
Oh, okay. I thought we were trying to switch. You're trying to switch topics.
No.
This topic. Yeah. I've had, obviously, waste men are rampant, okay? They're not extinct. They won't be extinct anytime soon. They're out here running rampant and they're trying to find their prey, right? And then now what happens is there's a lot of good guys, okay? And I'm going to be completely honest. There's a lot of very good guys out there, but we are blinded, right?
By the waste man.
Because we've been mingling and mixing with all these waste men for so long. When the good guy comes around, we block our blessings. That's what I think.
I agree.
Right?
Yeah.
We block our blessings because that good guy is there now that's doing all the things that you would have wanted the waste man to do. But now that he's doing it, you're like, wait a minute, I'm not used to this. This is out my comfort level. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's too nice. He's too...
And then you dash him away.
Yeah, he's too nice. Yo, he's too... You know, I want someone that's like, like, you know what I mean?
I want
that's
that bad boy.
Yeah,
I want that rough man. And then when you get that rough man, you complain.
Exactly.
Oh, he doesn't treat me right. Da 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 da. But, you know, you still like it.
But you know what is on the flip side, too, of this? Because guess what? I've had conversations where guys are like, when the good guy comes around, you guys don't acknowledge him and things like that. But sometimes the good guy is not always someone you're attracted to. And you can't help who you're attracted to sometimes, right? So that kind of goes back into just you and yourself, because we could say that we attract certain guys, but why are we attracted to these guys? We have to look at ourselves as well,
of
right?
Course, yeah.
What is it in them that we find attractive, and why do we still settle for that? You know what I'm saying? So that's something we have to look into ourselves. And a lot of girls won't do it. They'll be like, that's not true or whatever. It's true. You always have to look at yourself.
So do you feel like those waste men, do they know that they're waste?
Do they know? Or
do you think that they're just comfortable where they are and someone would eventually love them for who they are?
I think it's a syndrome. I think there's a waste man syndrome. Facts. Because think of like a mental health issue or anything, and there's a lot of people that suffer from mental health issues and things like that, but they don't know necessarily they have it, right? I don't want to compare waste madness to that, but what I'm trying to say, I'm using it as what do you call it? Doesn't matter. So pretty much, the guy will not know. Like, it's just like a guy. Okay, let's take it somewhere else for a second. A guy that thinks that he's the best at sex. You get what I'm saying? And then you're like, what the hell? You're like, where's all this?
Do you tell them?
Where's all this big talk? But listen. Why guys are like that, those guys, is because no girl will tell them.
They're not telling the truth.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So now when you have a guy that's a waste man and no girls, because people are enablers, right? A lot of enablers are around, and we will complain, but we won't tell that person that you're this and you're that.
But is it when another person not think that they're a waste man, why is it us that we shouldn't have to tell you that you're a waste man? I think you should know that you're doing something wrong or see a pattern. You're living your own life. You should know that you are not being wherever you want to be in life. You know what I'm saying? So if they're like, I want to be here, if they don't have a future, they should know that they're wasting their life right now. So I don't think it's up to us to be like, you're a waste man, you're a waste man. No, you should know that you have no ambition. You are not where you want to be or expect to be. You want to have a family and stuff if they want to have it, and you don't have it as yet. Clearly something's missing. Yeah,
but I think it's more so, but people don't, it's easier said than done. People don't always see what's wrong with them, okay? They will see what's wrong with other people.
I agree, yeah.
But once you're pointing the finger at them, they're oblivious. They're like, that couldn't be me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And sometimes a lot of people, no matter who tells them anyway, like if someone's saying, yo, you're this, you're that, right? If someone's telling me I'm this, I'm that, constantly, Denean, da 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 da, but it takes for that one person or the right person one day and it clicks, right? And you're like, wait a minute, or a situation that happened, right? And once that situation happens, you're like, yo, maybe I do need to change and I do need to do things. So that goes back into guys just, we talked about in the last episode, do guys change for the girl that, someone. Exactly, the girl that they want or whatever the case is, right? So that draws back to that, So us being in a relationship with that quote-unquote waste man. Yeah. Why do women ignore the red flags? Why do they ignore the red flags? I know I ignore bare red flags. I don't like confrontation. Yeah. I don't like telling people what to do. Yeah. I like telling them my opinion, but then it's going to lead to an argument. It's going to lead to an argument. If I come up to you and be like, you know what, Denean?
I really don't think that hairstyle works for you. It's gonna hurt your feelings, and we're gonna. Who am I to say that the hairstyle doesn't work for you?
Depending, well, everyone's obligated to their own opinions, right? But the thing is, it depends on the person, because not everything that you tell people is gonna turn into an argument. Because if I'm a confident person, right, which I am, so if you came to me and said that,
okay, but it's different.
Different.
Try telling a man that they need to fix up. I'm sorry, men out there, you're hard to talk to. I mean, maybe it's my delivery. Maybe it's how I'm telling them. Mm-hmm. But I'm a blunt person. If you need to fix up, fix the fuck up.
Okay, but now you said a good point, because I always tell people it's about delivery. So when you're speaking to somebody, regardless, like if I go, yo, Katrina, you need to fix up right now. Like, you know what I'm saying? You're being defensive.
Right.
You're definitely putting up a defensive wall, because you're like, who is she talking to, right? Mm-hmm. But if someone comes to you with a certain tone and delivery, and it's like, yo, Katrina, you know what? No, not like that, because you'd be like, okay, whatever, right? But in like a more serious but not intimidating or demanding demeanor or tone, you're like, yo, you know, Katrina, you're going, you know, I see that you're going down this path, or, you know, certain things don't look good or whatever, so I'm just letting you know that, you know, maybe you should try to do this, and it's just my opinion.
You know what? I care about you, but your sex is whack.
Yeah. There you go.
Okay, so back to the red flags question.
Yeah.
Okay. How many red flags do you need to see to actually let that guy know that this is what's bothering you? Because you can't continuously tell them red flag after red flag. They're not going to listen. They'll be like, you complain a lot. You know? So
that's true.
How many red flags do you need to notice to actually confront them about it?
I don't know, because I've had a lot of red flags that I just kind of just went like this and just dashed it away. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, nah, you know, maybe the next time or the next time.
Yeah, that's what I do, yeah.
So it's not even really about red flags in this scenario. It's more so how much are you willing as a female to put up with, right?
Ooh, yes.
When are you going to say that's it? Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? It has nothing to do with the guy, because if he's not going to change, when are we going to remove ourselves out of these situations, right? And want better for ourselves. That's all it simply is, right? So when it comes to the red flag, I won't even say there's a number of red flags that I could say would be, you know, for me to leave. It's just up to me, solely up to me, right? Really and truly, it should be, if you see the same thing happen twice, that's when you should just dip. You know why? Because it's a habit. Yeah. And people can't break habits. They could hide their habit at first, right? They could be a complete different person, and then it will slowly start to come out. You know what I'm saying? So that's what that is. Okay. Was there another? So big up. What's her name?
Tara Lovable.
Tara Lovable. Big up you with your questions. I really liked it.
Because I know a lot of women out there are tough about that. I mean,
definitely.
You should comment below, everybody. Find that post and comment and just big her up. She really brought something up that we have to talk about. So, you had something from a gentleman that he was tough about.
The counter, the rebuttal. Okay, let's see what happened here. So pretty much, some guys just hit me up and they're like, yeah, you know, I want to know what girls are tough about on certain topics. So I'm gonna probably mention two of them. I think Katrina might have another one after from a female. Yeah?
No, we just did it.
You did all of them?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll do the two guys then.
Yeah.
I'll do the two men. So the first question was, why do women treat their instincts as facts?
Because we are always right. I'm not gonna lie to you. We are always right. You know what it is?
Yeah.
We always have that little voice in our head that we ignore. That's what it is. And it's always right. It's always right. So
women's intuition, they say.
You know when people say mama knows best? Because she's a female and she knows she's right.
She knows everything.
She knows everything.
This is so biased right now, but
it's not biased, it's facts.
But it's facts.
100%. When do people say he's always right?
Actually, it's true. I've never heard that quote. He's always right. No. He
always has questions for us because we're always right. That's what it is.
He's always wrong.
Yeah. So to answer that, we're always right. I mean, if you want to if you disagree, come onto the podcast and let me know. But We're always right. I'm sorry.
Shots fired.
Shots fired.
But yo, let me just tell you this, okay? My take on that is, in any situation that I've seen, not involving me all the time or involving me, us females, we build up things and build up evidence on certain things. So maybe sometimes we're the world's greatest detectives.
And we take a bunch of notes.
Exactly.
A bunch of notes.
And mental notes,
mental
right?
Notes.
Because you'll be like, you'll put 2 and 2 together, right? And eventually what happens is 2 and 2 comes all the way together.
Wait, I'm sorry, I have to cut you off. Maybe we're bringing this up on ourselves. You know, when people think that you keep on saying, yeah, oh, this is going to happen, this is going to happen.
Yeah.
Maybe you're calling that on yourself. Do you think we're calling all this stuff on ourselves?
At the beginning of a relationship?
Yeah. I think we just had a mind-blown situation right now.
So, like, speaking into
existence. Okay, so, for example,
you
just meet a guy.
Yeah.
You always see him on his phone. Sorry, his phone.
Yeah.
You're like, you know what? You know, I think he's talking to another girl. It's another girl. It's another girl. Yo, call up your friends. Yo. He's always on his phone. It's another girl. And it ends up being another girl, but it's a girlfriend. That's close. A close girlfriend. You call up on yourself. It's just a friend.
But how do you know it's just a friend? That's the thing. Like, it could be more than a friend.
Do you actually ask, we're going to go back to what you were talking about.
Okay.
But let's just say your man's talking to someone a little bit too much.
Okay. That's...
Why should I bring it up and be like, you know what, I think you guys are talking too much. Like, you guys need to take a chill pill right now. But then I'm also watching him on his phone. I shouldn't be watching him on his phone. He has his own life. He's obligated to having friends. When is it too much time with the girlfriends?
You stumped me there, because I'm really thinking about it from, like, if I want to put myself in this situation, right? So if I'm talking to a guy right now and he's okay, there's a balance, right? So if obviously you're gonna be suspicious if he's talking to the friends like a lot. First of all, the only person you should be talking to a lot is you and his mom, okay,
and your sister
and my family,
yeah,
and his friends, maybe his guy friends, okay, whatever, who cares? But actually, I'm not really like that. But at the same time, it always could be a cause for concern, because what anybody has to do in a relationship, let's be completely honest, what you're gonna do is, if you are in a relationship, you're not gonna do certain things that you would comfortably do single, right? And you're not gonna do certain things that you wouldn't be comfortable doing if your person was there, your boyfriend was there, right? Because what's gonna happen is, if you, like, unless it's a friendly conversation and like whatever, because if you would know what you will say and what you won't say if your man is there, you know what I'm saying, and vice versa. So it's like, if he could be there, or he's comfortable with how you guys are in conversation, or if nothing comes up, that's another thing though. If you don't bring it up ever, but it bothers you, you cannot expect him to change. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And he can't expect you to change same sense, right? So, I think I didn't. Did I answer your question?
I have no idea, because it's like a really intense conversation
it's
right
intense,
now.
Yeah.
So I think we should just go back to
my question, or what I was originally saying.
Yeah, I apologize.
Yeah, it's okay. I forgive you for this time. So anyway, so what happened was,
what was the question?
No, it was the intuition thing, or why do girls go off of their instincts, right? So pretty much for me, okay, number one, I feel like if you're in a relationship, right, you're not gonna always have trust issues like that unless you brought it from another relationship, right?
Yeah.
But if you're in a relationship and you have trust issues, you're starting to get trust issues because of things that have been happening.
In your past?
No, within the relationship. Okay. So that kind of brings up trust issues to, like, I'm thinking, right? Because if someone doesn't give you a reason not to trust them,
why are you with them?
No, I'm saying if someone doesn't give you a reason not to trust them, why are you not trusting them? Do you get what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
Unless they're giving
What's
you
your
that
reason for not trusting
exactly.
them? Okay.
So, and why females feel that way, that they're, maybe that they're always right based off their instincts, because there's certain things that they probably already, going back to detective stuff, there's certain things that they already put 1 and 2 together, and they're like, yo, now this is happening. So it's all aligning, right? They're not just pulling things out of a hat. And typically, and correct me if I'm wrong, typically, we're right.
We're right.
Like,
this is how
100%.
We're always right.
We're obviously, you guys are gonna be like,
right.
what? Do you have a question?
I got a question from the audience.
Okay.
We have a question from the audience. Amplify your voice, please.
Okay, so I had this boyfriend and this one girlfriend that me and him were friends with. And she became a little too close to my boyfriend at the time. And I had something in me that was like, something doesn't feel right. Like, this is a bit too close for comfort. Come to find out, when me and the boyfriend broke up, she shot her shot with him, and he turned her down.
Ooh.
She said, "Oh, I had feelings for you all this time, blah blah blah," and my intuition was right. So, intuition is never wrong.
Women's always right.
No, and that's what it is. And that's so suspect. Like, right after she shoots her shot. So now, but I bet you he would have made her feel at the time that she was crazy or whatever the case is. Like, she doesn't like me. There's nothing or whatever. It's a women's intuition part of things, and I think that we're
always right.
We're typically always right, and we'll continue to be right.
No, if you think that we're wrong,
until proven otherwise,
come on the podcast and let us know why we're wrong and when we're wrong. Whoever sent that message.
Right? You gotta humble us.
Yes.
Because listen, really and truly, guys and girls don't understand each other. That's the complicated.
The same way that we assume a lot of things about guys, guys assume a lot of things about girls. Yeah. Like, I think he has another question regarding how we feel. What is it?
Yeah, so pretty much the next question that was asked was, why is it that women can visibly be upset, and when we ask, the guy asked, what's wrong, we say nothing, and we blow up on them later? That was one of the questions. And that's a good question.
It is a good question because that's how I am. I think it is. It's just, when are you going to ask me? It's a time when you're asking me what's wrong. If you see me I look angry or something, maybe I don't want to talk about it. Maybe I'm trying to formulate how to let you know what made me mad at the time. I don't know if that's true or not. Is that true with you? Why do you not express yourself why you're mad at the guy?
You know what? It depends on the person, because a lot of people, it's the same thing. A lot of people can vocally say, I'm mad because of this, this, and that, right? Depending on who you are, like guy, girl, whatever. But me as an individual, I personally cannot even, I don't even like to communicate all the time, which is very bad, right? But I'm the type of person, if I am upset at that moment, leave me to be upset.
I'm the same way.
And then later on, when I'm not upset, I will definitely tell you exactly why I was upset, right?
I mean,
especially if
I think it's the same way with that person too. I mean, some people don't like discussing their feelings right then and there, to ruin either the mood or to maybe they're trying to think in their head, is this really something to be mad about? So now he's saying, why do women altogether not do that? Maybe we just don't want to talk about it, and when we're ready, we'll talk to you about it. And maybe you guys aren't ready to talk about it when we are. But
it's just a stupid. It's a hit and miss, really.
Yeah.
But I think some girls are just really crazy too. So we know, some girls are. Sometimes I feel sorry for guys because you will never understand us. And the thing about it is, some of us are actually just crazy. Okay. So if you ask why they're mad, they'll probably just snap at you and not say why they're mad, and then still be mad. But like it is, no one's a mind reader, right? So we will never know.
You know what I realized? I think
we tell each other.
I think every relationship, even if you feel you don't need it or not, should go to a relationship coach. I think so, because even though you probably feel you're the best at being a girlfriend or being a boyfriend, it's always nice to hear that middle person say, or someone outside of the relationship.
So like a mediator.
Like a mediator. I personally feel every relationship should at least see a mediator once. If you really care about that person, clearly.
I disagree. I don't think you need anybody telling you how to not to run, but what you guys are ignoring. Things that you're ignoring in a relationship that everybody ignores. Like, for example, why, like the guy said, why can't you discuss your feelings right then and there? You should, if you really love that person, you should know, the person should know you, to be honest, number one. But
if you really care about that person, I think you should be able to express yourself when you're actually mad, and not say hurtful things when you express them.
Yeah, but everyone says hurtful things regardless when they're mad. It's just that's what we do. That's what we do, no? Like
No,
when you're
right,
mad, I've heard some people say some rude things to people when they're mad, and I'm like, what? I'm like, all they did is not pick you up, like, and you're saying, yo, this and this and this. So I'm just like, we say a lot of hurtful things, so that we can't. I don't think we could always control. But when people are mad, the person that the person's mad at shouldn't always say, you know what, wow, like that person said this and this. We just say dumb things when we're mad.
So you don't think
impulse.
So you don't think a relationship coach works?
No, like I don't want no one to be like, you should act this way and this way. No, I'll work it out with who I'm with. It's that simple. You get what I'm saying?
And if it doesn't work out, that person's not for me.
Exactly.
Wow.
Because eventually.
So you're gonna say you're telling me right now
I would
you
never
be in a perfect relationship.
No, I wouldn't be in a perfect relationship. There's no such thing as perfect.
Okay.
Perfect is impossible to achieve. Okay.
So if you and that person cannot work that out, then you guys are meant to be together.
It's either we're imperfectly perfect for each other, and we could figure out how it works, and we know what works with each other, because anyone you're comfortable with or anybody you're with will start to understand how you are as a person, right? And then you guys could coexist knowing what and what not to do, what triggers each other and things like that, but you still love each other at the end of the day and are willing to make it work. A lot of people are not willing to make it work because they can't take those, you know what I'm saying, those steps to understand or fully understand an individual. You get what I'm saying? And if you don't have the patience to fully understand that person, they're not for you. You don't want to understand them. Anyone you want to be with, you're gonna want to not even fix, but you want to know everything about them. You get what I'm saying?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so that's why I don't feel like I personally think people need relationship coaches. Right?
Okay, hear me out though.
Okay.
You're in a relationship. You know that person inside and out, but there are some things that you just don't notice, or you not really ignore, you just don't notice it. Having that person outside of the relationship that knows what to look for could let you guys know you're ignoring this. You guys should work this out. Try this out, and maybe it will make your relationship better. So that's why I think you know how us girls, when we're mad or something, we go to our girlfriends and they tell us what we want to hear. There's some friends out there that tell you the truth, but do you really take their advice?
No one never takes advice.
But if you're paying someone, you're going to listen to them. So I'm just saying, like, I think that the relationship coach is necessary for relationships out there, because some things are really and truly ignored and could really help out relationships prior to marriages. I think prior to marriage. Okay,
so I like that you said that, because what I was thinking as you were talking, I'm like, the only time I would probably compromise and go to a relationship coach is if I'm about to get married and I'm debating on if I should do it or not because of certain things that I can't get past. Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah. That's when I think me as a person would say, you know what? I'm willing to fight for this, and I want to know that going into marriage, because marriage is a whole another topip. Yeah. And
which would be a good topic for next week.
Exactly. And you want to go into marriage with the I guess
an open mind?
Not an open mind, but with the what am I looking for? Help me out.
I don't know what.
Anyways, who cares?
Fresh start?
Not a fresh start. Anyways, who cares? It'll come to me if it's supposed to. So you just want to go into the marriage knowing that it's going to work, right? And if you're going to do that and put all your faith in that, you want to make sure that anything that you couldn't get past before you say that I do, you could get past it. Because if you don't, what's going to happen? You're going to be in a lifelong red flag relationship or whatever the case is for you. And you could have probably had that help or to guide you in the right direction. Because sometimes not the person you think is for you is always for you. You get what I'm saying? And sometimes you build a big thing with somebody, like a big lifetime with somebody. And eventually, you don't want to walk away because you're so comfortable. Right?
And that's what it is. I think that's when you get comfortable, you start to ignore things.
And when you get very complacent, you're just like, yep, this is me. This is me for the rest of my life. Yes, he does this, this, and this. But we've been together for this amount of years. We have this much kids or whatever the case is. We have a house. Sometimes you just put yourself first, right? And you have to say, yo, it's not for me, though, because you're not living your best life.
I wonder if there are men out there that would actually go to if they would approach it first. I've never heard of stories of the guy saying, well, I haven't heard as yet, let us know, of the guy realizing that, you know what, we need an outside person that's mutual, that does not know us, and we need to work this out. I would love to hear feedback from the guys out there.
If they're willing to take that step. To save a relationship too, especially. If you know like the girl's about to walk away, would you say, you know what? Before we part ways, let's see if we can make it work with a therapy session. And would you, as a guy, be willing to do that, or would you just let her go about her business, right? So that's a good topic to bring up.
Did we answer the question? I think we did, regarding what was it?
I think he said about women blowing up.
Yes, the snowball effect. That's what it is. I have a tendency to not want to confront someone about something that's really bothering me, and then they do that thing and I blow up. And that, honestly, that is something that I need to work on. I need to know when to communicate something and how important that person is to me, to let them know how I feel. And I think it honestly starts with yourself. So if you notice something, a pattern, you should just fix up and realize that this person is someone that you care about. Figure out what's the best delivery to let the person know.
But guess what? So guys always say this too, but guys get in moods too, you know.
Oh my gosh, they're worse.
Sometimes you're like, what's wrong with this guy? Like, are you on your period too? Or
men have periods, okay?
I think so, because you know what? Guys do the same thing. You ask them what's wrong, they don't tell you, and they could have always told you.
And they go tell their guy friends.
It's the same thing. Us females do it, guys do it. So it's kind of double standards to really ask that any question when it comes to why do guys do this and why do girls do that, because we both do the same thing, maybe not the same exact and in the same way, but we do the same thing, right? So anyways, it's a long conversation that we could have on this topic, but what I'm gonna do is next week, Sincere was big up. Sincere, he was big on our last
Sincere
podcast. Did an amazing job speaking for the men and articulating his thoughts and opinions, which we appreciate. What we're gonna do for the next episode, we're gonna have another feature with another guy, and he's gonna answer some very
intense
questions for part two with I guess it would be part two, right? With another guy on the episode, whatever the case is. So we're going to do that, and then stay tuned. Even though we're two females, we're still going to have other females' opinions, thoughts and opinions. So we're going to have another female on maybe another episode or two. So look out for that. If you guys have any questions or comments, remember to let us know on any social media platform. You can DM us your questions, write it under certain pictures and stuff on the Instagram, and let us know what you're trying to do. Or what you're trying to let us
let us know what you're tough about.
Exactly. Let us know what you're tough about. Start using that term.
Okay? We're going to let us know. That's going to be our 2021 motto. What are you tough about?
What are you tough about?
Yeah.
Right? So that's it for this Tuff Talk Tuesday. I'm Denean once again.
I'm Katrina.
And next week we'll tell you what we're tough about.
Bye, guys.
Bye.